Okay, before Big Lundy calls in, I have to pee. I will be right back. Lundy, if you're seeing this, I'll be right back.
Ah, it's so fucking weird. Okay, there we go. That should work. Hey. My voice is actually coming through. Fantastic.
Okay.
Welcome back, Dave. Alright, so, like, I guess the main thing that I just wanted to... Like, I get that you don't like Bernie, and I get that you don't like socialism. Like, all of that's, like... That's, like, a 25-hour debate. I don't want to have that. My main thing is just clarifying something that is just, like, always fucking annoying me. And that's that, Can you hear me, by the way? Can you hear me? Ah, shit. I don't think he does. Can. Oh. Oh, there we go. Okay. It's been a while since I've used Google Hangouts. I'm fucking stupid.
Oh, Lundy, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Let
me.
I just want to.
Okay.
I just want to clarify something here real quick. I understand. You hate Bernie.
Your basic premise is that you've gone far enough.
Well, I just want to clarify two things. Yeah. I just want to clarify two things. I understand you hate Bernie, and I understand that you hate socialism.
Lundy?
That's like, can you not hear me? Son of a bitch.
Lundy?
Ah!
No, I can. Okay, well, we'll try to keep the call going here. And I will attempt to entertain you. Hopefully, Lundy can join us here, and I can put him on the big screen. Shit. Okay, that's fine. Audio's cool. Had it before.
It says that it's using it. Hold on. Yeah, that's working.
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh. And it even says in the fucking Google Hangout that I've got the fucking sound going.
Yeah, boy, all our making mods are weird. It shouldn't be. Sorry, but hold on, I'll fire up. Nope.
I don't understand how you don't hear me.
Little YouTube video.
I don't understand.
Nope.
I think my stream can hear me just fine.
Okay, tell you what. I'll just shut this down. I'll start a new call, and I'll DM you right back.
This is so fucking annoying. Holy shit. Okay. Allow,
Okay,
don't
just
allow.
sent him
Join
what
hangout.
it should be. Lundy, you there?
I am here.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
All right. Yes, I can.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What the hell? I hate this thing.
I don't know. It probably is Google, because I got a video flagged. That's why I'm not streaming on YouTube for literally just the title.
I just why don't you have Discord like a normal person?
I don't know, because I don't know how to work Discord.
It's not difficult to learn how to work Warcorpse.
Well, I was born in 82, dude.
I mean, I was born in 90. I mean, I'm not that far above you. Jesus. I just want to clarify, like, two things before we, like, go anywhere with this. Because, one, I know that you don't like socialism, and two, I know that you don't like Bernie because he's a socialist, and they didn't have anything to pay for it. These are all things that we could go for, like, 20 fucking hours on. The only things that I want to go over are why the Democrats are not actually left, and why they're fucking up by not courting the left more. Those are the only two things that I give a shit about right now, because I don't want this to turn into like a 5,000-hour debate.
Okay. All right. I'll meet you on those terms. How in the hell are the Democrats not left? But be that as it may, actually, I would even throw that aside. How in the hell do you expect to win by going further left?
Every single time that the Democrats have courted a safe option, it's always resulted in their loss. Every single time. It's always been, every time the Democrats have ever won, it's because whoever is the candidate has positioned themselves as some sort of radical who's going to bring change to government and shit like that. That's the only way in which the Democrats ever have a chance of winning. When you go with Hillary Clinton, when you go with Joe Biden...
No. Name me a time.
Yeah, Obama won because he promised change and shit like that. Now, granted, he didn't actually do that much, but that was his platform. He said, I'm gonna do changing things.
And the one policy he's known for is Obamacare, the most disastrous policy this country has ever seen.
It's not the most disastrous policy this country's ever seen, chill.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Listen.
Name me a worse one.
Fucking...
Jim Crow.
Well, shit, anything before 1900. Us having slavery was pretty shitty.
Well, that ended in the mid-19th century.
Yeah,
so...
Reaganomics was pretty shitty. Ended up fucking up a lot of things.
No, Reaganomics actually did what it was designed to do. Kill the USSR.
Kill off the idea that black people can be able to survive and get loans and shit and be able to expand and be able to participate in capitalism. Yeah, actually, do you know what redlining is, buddy?
Yeah, except everyone in those areas, and there were white people in those areas too.
Yeah.
That just had shitty credit history.
No, buddy.
No.
Literally. Reagan's lead advisor himself said.
No. Do you want to know
Holy
what
hell.
this led into? Do you want to know what this led into? The housing bubble that burst. Because Bill Clinton got in there and said, everyone deserves a home. So people got loans that the banks knew goddamn well they couldn't pay back. And guess what happened?
Buddy, the literal fucking papers and documents on the redlining policies were to separate black people from white people in communities and not give black people the ability to open up fucking businesses and shit. Like, I don't know what to fucking tell you.
Really? So a fucking poor white kid in West Virginia in a trailer park, he's got the same economic opportunities.
He wasn't redlined, dude.
As a fucking middle-class black kid.
He wasn't... Do you know what redlining was?
Yes, I do.
What?
It was dividing up people by economic status.
By race, dude.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it did.
It was economic status.
Oh, my God. It was by race, man. The reason why the lines were put in particular spots is because predominantly black people would live in particular areas, and then those lines would indicate that anybody from this area, because it's a predominantly black area, does not get to have a loan so that they can start a business and shit.
You're wrong.
Okay, you're wrong. I'm sorry, this is just facts.
You're fucking wrong.
I'm sorry that my facts and logic are too strong for you on this one, but you're wrong.
Okay, then what happens if, despite all that, a black family opens up a business and can move outside that area?
For a long time, they weren't able to do so.
Then
Not reasonably. Not unless they lived on
what?
fucking. Not unless they lived on property that had a bunch of resources that they could sell to the government. That was kind of the only option that they had.
Explain to me Clara Brown.
Well, whoa! So you're going to go ahead and say that if there were exceptions to the rule, that disproves everything?
Oh, of course. But of course,
Oh, yeah.
System. No, the entire system was not stacked against them.
Yes, it was, dude.
Black millionaires in the fucking 50s. Ray Charles got a better fucking record deal than Frank fucking Sinatra.
It's because That's because. Hold on a second. First off. Frank Sinatra hadn't been relevant since decades prior.
No, it was the 50s.
Yeah.
Both of them were at their hottest at the same time, yet the black guy got a better deal.
Yeah, probably because he actually knew how to play instruments. But regardless of that, they're not the ones who are rich. The people signing their checks are the ones who are rich. Like, what are you talking about?
No, they were...
Why do you think that musicians are the ones who are rich and not, the people who pay the musicians? I don't understand.
What?
The people who pay the musicians are the ones who hold the most wealth. The musicians being paid are well off, obviously.
Oh, okay, no. Okay, fine. I get what you're getting. Okay, you have a girl from, let's say, the trailer park in West Virginia.
Yeah.
She's a good singer. The record company signs a contract with her.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the contract specifies 3 albums. Now, do they pay her nothing for these albums? Of course they do not. They pay about $7 million.
Oh my God! Listen, we're getting into the capitalist thing because I can explain all of this through pure capitalism is the way in which is the reason why this happens. But I don't give a shit about that right now. Listen, here's the thing.
Please explain to me how your utopian leftist ideology does not lead to ruination like it always fucking has.
There's plenty of countries that have integrated leftist policies in them that are doing just fine.
One.
All of the Nordic countries.
No, they have actually said we are completely capitalist. Their corporate tax rate is lower than ours.
All right.
And they've told
Cool.
Bernie Sanders.
Hey. Well, considering that all Bernie wants to do is incorporate the things that they do, then I guess he's not a socialist. He's a capitalist, right?
No, he wants to incorporate things like the USSR and Venezuela.
Like what?
Well, for example, Medicare for all.
You mean the thing that the Nordic countries have?
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
And 2, they're easier than ours.
I'm sorry, but the Nordic countries have Medicare for all. I don't know what to tell you, dude.
No.
Yeah, they actually do. Legitimately, they do. You can look this up. This is just a fact.
Also,
they have nationalized healthcare.
Also, you know what? Even if I gave you the point,
guess
what? We're not them.
Okay, yeah, sure. That's not the point,
though. Also, we're the one paying for their protection, so maybe they should cut us a check for that.
Okay, yeah. Well, first off, they already do. That's what the trade agreements are for in the first place.
No.
Oh my God.
Their defense is $0.
Yeah, I'm aware. Their defense is $0. Do you understand why our defense is the reason why we're able to have these trade agreements in the first place? So essentially, the U.S. gets favorable treatment with a lot of different trade deals with the EU because we have an army that's capable of enforcing these trade agreements. Yes, we fucking do.
No,
oh my god.
Don't.
Yes, we do.
I
don't know.
Don't.
I don't know what to tell you.
Then why the fuck do we not import from Europe and from China?
Because
why do we always import?
Because China uses sweatshops and Europe has laws against it.
Oh, and China's supposed to be the communist utopia that burns.
Oh please, oh please, talk to any leftist.
You.
The fucking the China hasn't been communist in years, man. No. Listen to me. The China has not been communist for like decades.
Okay. Oh my God.
Everyone knows this. Even conservative commentators. Even conservative commentators have all pointed this out. Like, literally everyone knows this. I'm sorry that you're laughing at reality, but this is just factual.
The land of the social credit score is a free capitalist society.
No, it's not a free capitalist society, but there's none. Name me a single one that is. There's no free capitalist society in the world. Like, what are you talking about?
Ours is...
No. Yeah, we have a free capitalist society. Absolutely no government intervention anywhere whatsoever at all. Nobody is ever forced to do anything. We don't have a minimum wage. We don't have any of those things. We don't enforce laws on the different corporations and force them to treat workers in particular fashions. We don't have OSHA. We don't have any of these things. Corporations are free to do whatever it is that they want. Please, just stop. You're embarrassing yourself. There's no country that has free capitalist trade. Chill. Even conservative commentators have been praising the fact that China has been moving towards fucking more and more capitalism over the past several decades, and they've been giving them credit and saying, oh, the reason why the rich are getting richer and there's a growing middle class in China is because they've been incorporating more capitalist policies. This is what the fucking conservatives have been fucking saying.
I haven't fucking heard that.
Well, maybe it's because you got all your fucking news from when you were born.
Some regulations were still mostly free. China dictates everything, jackass. They have the veneer of a free market system.
No.
They actually have a free market system.
Okay, we have a free market system. So define a free market system. Define a free market system right now. Define it.
You put your good out in the market, and then people buy it.
No, that's capitalist. That's not free market. Define free market.
That's the free market.
No, the free market is when there is no intervention by the government on trade.
I said you put your product out there and it sells.
Yeah.
Now, the free market allows a competitor to provide a better one. China gets to dictate what competitors get to sell what.
Yeah, so do we.
No, we do not.
Absolutely we do.
No, we don't.
Of course we do.
With very few exceptions, no, we do not.
Okay, very few exceptions we don't, but of course we do. We have a lot of different ways in which we can tax small corporations that are trying to compete with larger corporations out of existence. We do it all the fucking time.
Taxes are policies of leftists and Stalinists and Leninists like you.
Really? So who do you think came up with the concept of taxes?
Really? Oh, okay. So let me.
No. Answer that question. Who do you think came up with the concept of taxes?
You threw me a hypothetical. Let me throw you a hypothetical. Let's say workers are working at a factory. Should the owner who built the factory deserve all the profits, despite the fact that he, put all his money in it?
Hey, if the owner single-handedly built the factory and everything in it and got everything purely on his own, then absolutely he should. Absolutely he should get all the profit. If he did everything on his own, yeah, hell yeah.
You believe in collective ownership?
I believe it's a better way of doing things, yeah.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Okay.
No, we're doing it again. We're doing it again. I already told you I don't want to do this because it's going to turn into like 25 hours of fucking us yelling at each other. We're doing it again. All I wanted to go over is the fact that Democrats because they are capitalist, by definition, are center-right. The reason they're center-right is because they still, like, are okay with the gays.
The reason they're left is because, one, they stand in the way of any sort of...
Let me explain something to you. You can only be on the left if you're socialist. That's the definition of what left is.
So, to be on the left in this country, you have to be part of a doomed, failed ideology.
Well, it's not failed, but whatever.
Yes, it is!
Yeah, I'm not getting into it. I'm not getting into it.
Name me a fucking goddamn system that is socialist, that has worked, and also, by the way, jackass, you're part of the Nazi Party.
I am?
Well,
do you think... Oh, no! Dave, do you think the Nazis were socialists? Damn it, Dave, we've been over this 5 bajillion times. You know that's not how it is.
Well, let me hold on. The government of Germany did seize
Oh,
large
no.
swaths of the
Oh,
German
no. Dave, they expanded the privatization more than any other government had before them. Dave, they were capitalists by all definitions. This is common knowledge.
In fact, Hitler wrote against capitalism in Mein Kampf.
Interesting, but his policies weren't.
No, they were.
No, they weren't. Listen, everyone knows the Nazis were not socialists. I'm sorry, they were socialists in name only. Just like the Democratic Republic of Korea is not really democratic. Okay, this is common knowledge. Just open a book, open a singular book on the subject, and you'll fucking know.
How about this? How about we boil it down to this? Considering you hate capitalism, and I hate socialism.
No, I don't hate capitalism. I think capitalism's done a lot of good things.
Why is it that every society that has embraced capitalism, has gone on to basically better themselves? Why has capitalism single-handedly brought us to the point that we have the lowest level of international, worldwide poverty than ever before?
Well, first off,
why is it that capitalism...
do you want me to answer questions, or do you want to just keep ranting?
Than any of your other bullshit things.
Do you want me to answer the questions, or do you want to just keep ranting? I'll wait.
Go for it, dude.
All right, so the reason why the international poverty level is considered to be so very low is because we work off of a very strange notion that apparently, in order to be impoverished, you have to be making under $1 a day, which is a little strange because literally nobody can fucking live off of that, not even the people who actually live in third world countries, and they can fucking tell you that themselves, and you can actually look at their economic index. Oh, okay, yeah, sure, you can live off of $1 a day. All right, sure. Well, you can't, and everyone knows this. This is a fact. Okay, sure. Well, if you're fine being homeless, I guess. If you're fine being homeless and having no amenities and anything whatsoever, then sure, you can live off of $1 a day.
And also, nobody in America is living off $1.
Yeah, I know, but you're talking about the international poverty line.
Well,
the international poverty line is $1 a day.
Take in what an American dollar means in a country.
Yes, and I'm already going over that. When you go to third world countries,
those countries have other serious problems.
When you go to a third world country and you give somebody $1, they can't actually do anything with it.
How about this? Fuck it. Fuck the rest of the world. Let's deal with America.
Okay, sure. Well, go ahead and walk that back, and we'll go with just America.
Why do you think socialism would benefit America? Because it would destroy it, like it has destroyed every other strong economy in existence.
Anyway, so basically the way that it would improve things is because we have you have already acknowledged this on multiple different levels and multiple different times. We have a high level of accumulation of wealth that's going directly to the top earners of the country. And some of that, even you've agreed, is not really justified. For instance, YouTube doesn't have anybody who's really competing with it in a realistic level. And you've acknowledged that that's something that's not good, and nobody can really realistically compete with it. Now, obviously, you have things like Daily Vo and fucking Video Motion and shit like that, but nobody really uses them.
I said that YouTube should be declared a public good.
Yeah, you are aware that that's socialistic. I don't know what to tell you. Also, Twitter's the same way.
I'm saying
if you want to nationalize it, I'm just telling you what that means.
No, what I mean is we bring it into the public sphere. However, any YouTube content creator is free to get their own sponsorships or patrons or whatever.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything.
But the platform can advertise.
Okay,
and
sure.
Everyone is allowed on it.
Okay, sure. So who runs the platform and what pays for them?
No one.
Okay, so the platform just dies. You understand that people have to regularly maintain YouTube in order for it to work,
you're right? Of course.
You can't just have nobody working on a site. It'll break within a day. What are you talking about?
We treat it the same way we treat the phone company.
What, nationalize it and have everybody who works on?
No,
that's literally what you said. But
no, what I'm saying is, if you want to use the phone line, you have to pay the phone company. But the phone company is just a platform. If you want to spew from your phone line most vile racist bullshit,
that's not what.
Do that.
That's not what that means. Listen, okay, so here's.
What I'm saying is if everyone kicks in.
You're misusing like a bajillion words at the same time and making like weird tangential points that aren't related to each other. It's very strange.
Okay, then please explain to me, how do you preserve the First Amendment right to free speech on YouTube when they can arbitrarily decide to throw you off because they don't like...
I'm not saying that you can. Obviously, it's a private company and they can kick off whoever they want for any reason.
So I remember getting into a huge argument with you a few years back over the bakery.
Yeah.
So they can refuse service.
Right. So this is what they can do now. You understand that I'm explaining the way that things are now and that I would like things to change, right? You're the one that wants things to remain the same.
Okay, I explain how they're going to change.
Right. So we nationalize YouTube. YouTube now has to follow official federal policy as far as how it runs itself. It's paid directly by the government, and we elect the people who decide who ends up running YouTube or whatever the fuck. So essentially, YouTube has people working for it that are by proxy voted in, and they are paid for by the government. So since they're paid for by the government, and they are an official government thing, and then they can't violate First Amendment or anything along those lines because it would actually be the government infringing on your rights, which is something that you could take them to the Supreme Court for. So, as it is right now, since YouTube is a private company, it can just kick you off for any fucking reason. It can just say, hey, you said something that we don't like on here, so you can just kick you off. But if you nationalize it, then they can't do that anymore.
Okay.
So, that's one thing that we can do to help improve things slightly and marginally. Nationalizing industries makes them accountable to the government, which then in turn makes them accountable to the average voter.
Okay, now, I'm talking about one specific entity in one specific sphere.
You've also said this about Twitter.
The internet is different than a car company.
It's not, though. It's just a different fucking medium.
No, it's completely different. A car is a physical product.
The internet is physical as well. I didn't realize that you believed in the immaterial now.
The argument we're having on Mixer is not a physical product.
How is it not? What do you mean by physical product?
It'll be deleted in 14 days.
So, if it can be deleted, then that would mean it's an actual thing that exists, right? How is it not physical, is what I'm asking you. I can break down a car, I can take it to pieces. Does that make it not physical?
But can a car simultaneously be in 138 places in the fucking U.S.?
That's not how cars are constructed. Can a car be liquid? No, because that's not what a car is.
Oh my god, no! A car is a physical item.
Yes, okay? And so is the internet. It's a physical good that we make.
No, it's not.
Okay. I don't know what to tell you, man.
The internet and the platforms that it has produced has basically crossed over into the line of the public square. And again...
So you think the internet should be a public utility?
Much as I hate to say this. Yeah.
Okay.
I
am totally down for that. I'm totally down for nationalizing the internet. It's because, especially since most other countries have, and their internet speeds are like way higher as a result.
Except for one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think YouTube should be brought to heel,
Mm-hmm.
or at least have to bend a little bit to the First Amendment.
Just nationalize them, and then you fix that. Easy.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing: if you keep YouTube private and then you say, but you have to follow the First Amendment, guess what? That's a precedent. Now every single private company in the world has to, well, in the U.S. anyway, has to adhere to that as well. Now you're taking away everybody else's right to do that fucking thing.
You were also screaming at me 2 hours ago about business regulations too.
Well, yeah, do you not understand what I'm trying to tell you when I say that? When you say that we live in a free market economy, and I'm saying that we have business regulations, obviously we don't live in a free market economy as a result of that. Any libertarian can tell you that.
We started this fucking thing about Democrats not going left enough for your ass.
Yeah. And apparently they're not going left enough for you, because you want things to be nationalized, and the Democrats would be like, oh, it's going too far.
No, what I want is 4 or 5 sites.
Uh-huh. Well, you want the internet to be nationalized. We just went over that.
What it already kind of is.
It's not, though. That's why we have individual different ISPs that are private companies that are able to gouge our fucking whatever they want from us.
It's available in every library, so.
That's not really the same as private usage, though, isn't it?
The only other thing is government fucks everything all up.
And by the way, those libraries still have to pay private companies. It's just our taxes go into them being able to do so. So it's not like that's not really the same.
Well, let's get back to our original point.
Anyway, so by definition, the left are socialist and the right are capitalist. The Democrats, massively majoritively, have been proposing capitalists as their candidates. Therefore, they're not on the left. This is just definitionally true.
Okay, I was hoping you might bring that up. Do you know only one Justice Democrat made it through so far, and she's probably going to get crushed in the general?
Okay. I mean, I don't know what you're basing this off of, but...
Also, you have to deal with a problem that all socialist governments have to deal with. How the fuck do you pay for it?
Oh, there are plans.
You've seen my videos on AOC.
I haven't really. I mean, I do like you, Dave, but I don't actually watch the 3 videos a day you put out. It's a little much.
Well, I haven't done that lately. Anyway, basically, she would tax us all at about 80%.
Top earners.
No.
Yeah. That's what a marginal tax rate is, Dave.
No, because there is not enough top earners.
Do you know what a marginal tax rate is, Dave?
Yes, I know what a marginal tax rate is, but there is not enough fucking top earners nor middle earners to come close to what she needs to pay for it.
Anyway, so marginal tax rates are about...
sound of the keyboard, the sound of the defeated man.
No, I was just clarifying to my chat, because somebody asked me if Stoke Dems are considered left, and they are. They're considered center-left. Anyway, and somebody else was saying that on my side of the stream, you're sounding really low, so I had to fix that. Anyway, so marginal tax rates mean that if you make a certain amount of money, that is when you get taxed a particular amount, and that's what AOC has been advocating for, and it's also what Bernie's been advocating for. Now, as far as Medicare for All being funded, that has been something that's been said to be funded towards everybody. However, the math checks out, and you end up saving money on premiums via their plans.
Really?
Yes.
$5.7 new trillion in spending. Neat. The Medicare for All plan would cost $57 trillion over 10 years. That's $5.7 trillion a year. That is on top of our $4 trillion that we currently spend. By the way, the military is a rather small amount of that. Most of it, yes, it is. Most of it goes to...
No, military is about a third of our spending.
No, it's not.
How much of
800
our
it's
national budget
$880
goes
billion.
into the military?
$880 billion.
54% of our budget goes into the military.
No, it doesn't.
Really? Because I
Bullshit.
just looked it up, and there it is. Military spending in the United States.
Oh, really?
Nationalpriorities.org. There you go. I'll go ahead and put this fucking link for you.
Let me just find
If you want to go ahead and take a look
here.
at it, I just put it up for you. So there you go. Discretionary spending of 2015, $1.11 trillion. Military, $598.5 billion. Food and agriculture was $13 billion. Transportation was $26 billion.
2019. Oh, wait a second. Hold on here. Hold on. Let me get that pie chart.
Okay, so I sent you a pie chart of 2015. Now you're sending me a pie chart of 2019, thinking that this is going to be a big difference, like a massive difference.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh shit! They spent more in 2019 than they did in 2015. Jesus Christ!
It's $880 billion.
Huh? Yeah, they spent more in 2019 than they did in 2016.
We spend more on Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. And
oh
all
yeah,
that
yeah.
shit
If you
together.
combine literally everything else that's not the
Oh
military,
my God!
then yeah, we do spend a little bit more on that, I guess. I don't know why you want to combine literally everything else.
What? Well, why should we spend a dime on it?
Because it helps people, and then
Why?
it in turn helps you.
Who cares?
Well, because it helps you.
I don't care.
Oh, so you don't want
to
your
live
life to
to
be better?
65.
You don't want your life to be better? I don't know why you don't want your life to be better.
It's not the government's job, nor everyone else's job, to make sure my life is better.
Actually, it is.
Mine.
It's the government's job to make
No,
sure that
it's
we all
not.
live
No,
to
it's fucking
fruition.
not.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, we're supposed to.
No, bullshit.
Governments are assigned to protect
Okay,
our rights
okay,
as well as
Lundy.
make sure that we're able to live the best lives we
Lundy,
can.
Lundy, let me give you a...
Okay.
You have a homeless person in Idaho.
Mm-hmm.
You're demanded by government order to give him $7.
Mm-hmm.
To give him the $7.
Yeah.
Well, then there's a reason why you have no fucking money.
No, the reason I don't
would
have any
say
money
no.
is because I have a job that doesn't give a shit about me, and they don't pay any benefits.
I have a job that doesn't give a rat's ass about me, and I made a shit ton of money.
Okay, sure, but do you probably get benefits? Like any benefits, sick leave,
Yeah,
holiday,
because
shit like
yeah,
that.
because
I don't
I'm
get
fucking,
that, Warcorpse.
Well, find a better fucking job.
There aren't any in my area.
Yes, there are.
I mean, you can say that, but you're basing that off of nothing.
Well, there's only been 2 years of an unprecedentedly better economy.
Better economy for who? Rich people.
Everyone.
Nah, it's rich people.
No, there
Yes.
has been.
Factually
My company
speaking, the
had
only benefits to the
shortage
economy that have been made at the top
My
end.
company hired people the first day they fucking came in.
Oh, they hired people. Yeah, who ends up making all the money that they fucking hire new people for? The people at the top.
No,
That's why. Yeah, you remember earlier when I
companies
explained how musicians
that had
aren't the
to
rich
do
ones,
the
it's the people who are
drug
paying their
test.
paychecks.
No, you know what?
The people who are paying your paycheck are the ones who are benefiting from the economy, not you, Warcorpse.
No, it's not.
Yes.
Everyone is.
Oh, sure, everyone is. That's why I'm not. Okay.
Well, why the fuck have I gone up by 25% in my gross earnings?
I don't know. Could be a variety of different things.
Oh, really? Or maybe it's just because I'm not a fucking idiot and I'm not a fucking loser.
Sure, you can go ahead and say that if you want to, but then there's a lot of people who work extremely hard who have to work multiple jobs in order to make ends meet.
Doesn't matter if you work hard, work smart.
Okay, they also work smart. I don't know what to tell you. Like you can go ahead and say,
job.
Like this is the sort of like lazy thinking that you just sort of normalize, where it's just like I'm doing well, which means everybody else can do well as well.
No,
that's not
no,
how it works.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
I
you
never
do. You're
fucking
literally
have.
doing it right now.
I never fucking
You're
have.
literally doing it right now. Where
Really?
you're saying I'm doing
What
good,
is
therefore
keeping
you are too.
What is keeping you in your fucking job?
You're literally doing it right now.
What is keeping you in your fucking job?
What's keeping me in my job? The fact that my job needs workers.
Okay. Your job needs workers.
Yeah.
Demand more money, or you walk.
Oh no, because they have a high turnover rate in the first place. So like
Okay.
I can just demand more
Find
money.
another
and they'll be
job.
Like, yeah. Okay.
You're in an industry that has a fine.
I've had like
rate.
10 jobs over the past like decade, and literally all of them have paid me around the same.
Okay. Find another area that's near your area of expertise.
It's always find a new job. Like, you don't understand that, like, every job that I did is something that is considered valued by the community in some way, and something that they're willing to pay for, and something that you probably also pay for. Like, you yourself have said that when a Domino's or whenever any, like, fucking delivery driver comes to your place, you usually tip them $10. You think that that's worth it.
Okay,
right?
okay.
So, anyway,
well,
so what I'm saying here is, why the fuck am I only being paid $7.25 an hour on average if I am A, considered an essential worker, apparently, and B, if I'm supposed to be doing so well because the economy's doing so well? Let me go ahead and explain this to you, Warcorpse. The people who are making the most amount of money as a result of the economy doing well are the people who are invested in the stock market, the people at the top, the people who own companies. Those are the people who are doing well. And maybe some of them will go ahead and share that wealth a little bit, but most of the time they don't.
So, you deliver pizzas for Domino's, and I'm not trying to denigrate you. If you deliver
something I've been
pizza
doing
to
for 3
me,
years.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about, I don't know, getting a job with a courier company that would pay you a lot more?
Yeah, and there aren't any around here. I have to drive 30 minutes to get to a place to work.
Have you ever thought about
moving?
I don't know.
Oh, do I have that money?
No, not moving. I'm just going with your current set of skills.
Listen, Warcorpse, you can't give me any advice financially that I haven't already considered. I'm sorry to tell you this, but you're not giving me anything new here. All right,
fine.
Or something that I haven't already tried. These are all things. It's not like I like living with almost nothing to my name. It's not like I enjoy that. I've been attempting to improve that over the past decade. It's just not been.
No, it's just you choose that.
Yeah, sure. I choose that. I don't choose it. It's my material conditions. It's the position that I'm in. It's like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you seem to be under this illusion that, like, anybody can just work anywhere, but that's just not how it works. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
I'm not.
There's a reason why. Listen.
I'm not. No.
Listen,
Shut up.
If everybody followed your advice, where would all the fast food workers go? Where would all the service workers go? Where would all these people go? They'd end up having to get another job. If we're going to go ahead and sit here and say that anybody who doesn't make enough money should just get another job to solve their problems, well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you that you're going to end up with a lot of people whose services that you probably frequent on a regular basis that you're not going to fucking be able to enjoy.
Okay, will you shut the fuck up and let me respond?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay, I have never once said that, but no, your position in life is your own doing. There are a million reasons why you could get the fuck out of this, and you don't take them.
See, you say this based off of nothing.
Oh, you really? It's based off of nothing.
Yeah.
It's called based off of personal life fucking experience.
So anecdotal evidence. The thing that we don't actually accept in any particular
really?
fashion.
Well, you just fucking base your whole goddamn argument off of life experience.
No, I don't. I go based off of the data.
Yes, you did! You said, I can't do this. I can't do this.
No,
I can't do this.
You make bizarre claims that aren't based in reality, and then I just debunk it real quick by saying that's not how it works for me, because that's the only thing that you're
using
off
yourself
of.
then.
So here's the thing: if you just make random claims about reality,
no bullshit.
No, if you just make random claims about reality,
you cannot
based off of your own personal experience, then I can use my own personal experience to debunk it. That's how it works.
No, bullshit.
Yeah.
No, you cannot use personal experience as a defense and then bitch when it's used as an offense.
No, you started by saying this is how it works.
Fuck you.
No, you started it by saying this is what you can do. I have informed you that I have attempted to do all of these things.
This is why leftist arguments always fail. They are always based in personal experience.
I mean, you've not made a single data-driven point yet.
Oh, really? Is that why? Oh, okay. Fine. Hold on. I'm going to pull up the Dow Jones.
And I've already pointed out that, yes, I accept that the Dow Jones... Well, it's doing kind of shitty right now because of the coronavirus shit, but...
Yes, it is.
Generally, because it's been doing fairly well over the past few years,
The
main people who benefit from it are the people who own the companies.
Why have there always been jobs added? Even during the epidemic.
Hey, look, it's great that there's a lot of jobs. I just wish those jobs actually paid a living wage.
Oh my God, so you're expecting your fucking employer to be your mommy?
I'm expecting my employer to pay me enough money to work.
Oh, poor fucking you. How about get a real job?
I mean, okay, let's just shut down all the Domino's and all the McDonald's and all the Burger Kings and just shut down all fast food restaurants because they don't pay enough money to the people. So that way we can.
I also know
that way we can force everybody to get different jobs.
Fuck you! I know for a fact pizza delivery drivers make a pretty good fucking wage.
Let me guess. Personal experience?
You know what?
Yeah.
Actually, yes.
Actually, yes, it is. All right. Sure.
Oh, really?
How much money do
you
pizza
just said 45 minutes ago that
delivery drivers make on average?
You worked for Domino's.
Interesting.
You're not.
Interesting. So, pizza delivery drivers by month tend to make about $2,000 a month on average.
Not my experience.
Oh, it's not my experience. That's the data, Warcorpse.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Is that why?
Oh my God. Plus, we
know.
have a whole lot of upkeep for our cars because most of these fucking places don't actually have anything to do with our cars. We are solely the ones who are responsible for those things. So when we drive a shit fucking time, we don't get paid mileage. We don't get. I'm sorry that like facts hurt your feelings and you're laughing about it, but like. It's just the fact that I'm right and you're wrong, and then when reality contradicts you, your only response is to laugh incredibly. Like I haven't said anything wrong, but like I guess you're just doing the I'm totally not mad thing right now. I'm sorry that I brought up data, and then you said, well, that's not correct because of my personal experience, but
Lundy, delivering pizzas is not a career.
I mean, why not?
It's a little side gig.
Why not, though? Why can't it be?
Because
it's demanded. Everyone wants it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you're doing it on the side of your real job.
Wait, no. Warcorpse. If you do pizza delivery, that has been a regular job for a lot of people for many years. Warcorpse, if I have a job... Warcorpse, I know you're really mad right now, but I'm gonna need you to hold it in, buddy. I'm gonna need you to hold that shit in. I know you're really mad right now.
Happy as fuck.
I know you're really doing the I'm totally not mad laughter right now, but you're like really mad right now. I need you to calm down, just listen to me for like 2 seconds, so that I can inform you as to how reality works.
Lundy.
Yeah. Go ahead with whatever feelings you have now.
During your 30s, this pizza job should have been a part-time gig.
Why?
Not your full-time employment.
Why?
Because you're a little bit beyond that.
What do you mean beyond that?
Okay, you've been an adult for at least 12 years. I'm assuming, going with 30.
Yes.
Okay, in that time,
29, but close enough.
In the economy that we've had, even an uneducated, illiterate adult male could find a full-time job.
I have a full-time job.
Good.
But you're saying that I shouldn't have that full-time job.
Is it delivering pizzas?
Yes.
Okay, then you get full-time tips, do you not?
Yeah, and depending on the day, that can be absolute shit. There were some days I end up with only $20 in tips.
Okay. And
that doesn't even pay for gas.
Considering that I know pizza delivery
oh my God, are you really going to do that? I know personally some people who make more money, therefore you should be making more money.
Well, actually,
like, honestly, it's the dumbest fucking thing in the world. I gave you the data, and now you're just sitting there like, well, I know some people. Chill out and actually engage like an adult.
Well, no, you really didn't.
Yeah, I did. I gave you the fucking data.
No,
and
you
then
fucking did.
and your response, sure. I'll go
Okay,
ahead.
then here's the thought. Why don't, while you're working for said pizza place, also moonlight as a courier?
I do
Same
plenty of
fucking
moonlighting.
thing.
I do plenty of moonlighting. Right now, I run 2 D&D games that both make me about $300 a week altogether. Well, $350.
Okay.
I do other things.
Maybe instead of working as a full-time delivery driver, which I don't even believe that's a thing, but whatever.
I mean, it is, but
maybe, I don't know, become a full-time courier for one of said several legal offices.
oh yeah, there are people who move on to
exists.
there are people who move on to end up doing other things. One of our drivers just recently ended up moving over to drive for Amazon. It's a little bit of a different job, and it's causing him to...
Is that a product of socialism or is that a product of capitalism?
Well,
where he's made his
that's kind
life
of an
better,
absurd question,
and you're
considering
just
that we only
angry,
live in a capitalist system right now.
and you're just angry because you're either too lazy.
Is it a product
Actually,
of capitalism
no,
that I'm being paid jack fucking shit for doing full-time work that everybody wants me to do? Yes, actually.
Yes, it is. You agreed to that wage when you took the job, did you not?
Yeah. With the assumption that it would go up over time.
End of story. Yes.
Sure.
Well, I'm sorry, Big Lundy. Find another job.
Why does that justify that I don't get to be paid enough?
So,
why do I have to have 2 jobs?
How much should you be paid in your mind?
Enough to live.
How much should you be paid
enough to
in
live
your
comfortably.
mind?
Enough to live comfortably. I'd say at least $15.
Oh, enough to live comfortably.
Yep.
Well, let's define that.
$15
What
an
is
hour.
it? Well, that would live you comfortably, and certainly, I believe you live in New Jersey?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, okay, I was close. Well, speaking as a potential customer of yours, I would say no, because that would jack my pizza up to about $70.
Sure, but then you wouldn't tip me anymore, and you wouldn't have to. Oh, it wouldn't jack it up to $70, by the way. That's ridiculous.
Yes, it would.
Nah, actually, in many places that have incorporated a $15 minimum wage,
by the way,
prices haven't changed at all.
By the way, what percent of profit do you think the average restaurant works on?
Everybody does a
profit.
Base 20%. Everybody does a base 20% profit.
Nope.
I mean,
nope.
yeah. You need at least 20.
No, that's not profit. That is sales.
No. I'm saying,
no.
Oh my god, do you know what 20% means?
Net sales is 20%.
No.
Net profit is another one. I'm asking.
I'm saying every company,
profit.
This is basic business 101. Every company has to take in 20% of their net sales as profit in order to continue running. That's how it works.
That is net sales.
Oh my fucking god.
That is...
No.
They pay for the
100% is the net sales.
No.
And then 20% of that is profit.
No, it's not.
Oh my fucking god.
7%. Okay. Usually 7% is the net profit.
Let's see. In places that have established a $15 an hour wage, how much have prices increased? What Seattle learned from having the highest minimum wage in the nation? People said that it was going to raise prices. Can you give me any sort of numbers here, buddy? Nope.
No, I just did the same thing, and,
Yeah, they don't tend to really raise the prices too terribly much.
Yeah, except to see a lot of businesses closing.
Small businesses.
Look at the same ship. Oh,
mostly because they're
fuck them.
Mostly because they start off. Well, I mean, most people work for large businesses.
You know what?
And mostly
Lundy?
because, I'm sorry, you agreed to a contract.
What is your fucking end goal? You're too much of a...
That everybody lives comfortably. I don't know.
So we should all just take care of each other?
I mean,
guess
yeah.
what?
I think if your life or your general enjoyment relies on other people, then they deserve to live just as well as you do.
They don't.
Well, they should.
I don't give a fuck about them.
Well, then, okay. I guess you don't get
And
to have
guess
any
what?
things that you like.
And I guess
let's
what,
go.
Lenny?
Let's
Guess
go
what,
ahead.
Lenny?
Let's go ahead.
Lenny? Neither does the general population concern you two. You don't give a fuck about some farmer in Idaho. You don't give
Why
a
don't I give a
fuck
fuck
about
about
a
him?
Trump supporter.
Why
you
don't I give a fuck about him?
About anyone that disagrees.
Why don't I give a fuck about him?
Because you don't know them.
It doesn't matter that I don't know them. I still care about everybody doing well.
No, you don't. You know.
Yeah, I do.
If the
Okay.
family in Idaho's family.
You're making a claim that requires you to read my mind, so go ahead and inform me as to what my brain says and explain to me how you know this.
Okay, going on human emotion.
I don't know what that means.
You couldn't give a rat's ass less about a family you never met.
Well, actually, I do. In fact, every time I have a little bit of extra cash and I see some random family's Twitter saying we're about to be evicted, put that money in there. I mean, I'm terribly sorry, but I do. I care about other people that I've never met before.
Here's a thought. Stop caring.
Nah, I'm going to go ahead and continue being a better person.
Well, then fine. I'll have the money.
Sure. I don't really give that much of a fuck. I want everybody to be able to have money. I don't want to take your money from you. I want you to be
with
just as comfortably as
socialism,
you do.
Not
really. Under socialism, everybody
you
be able to
do.
live comfortably.
No. Socialism requires the government to seize the means of production.
No, it requires the people to seize the means of production.
And what is the government? That's the people.
Not necessarily the people. I mean, do you really think that the government serves the people's interests right now?
Also, I hate to bring this up, it's always ended badly. There's
a
reason capitalism won. There's a reason capitalism has done more to end worldwide poverty than any other system. And there's a reason why capitalism has caused the coronavirus not to be the end of a species.
I'll go ahead and say this. We'll go ahead and end this here. I'm going to go ahead and continue to want the best for you, Warcorpse, and you go ahead and continue to want the worst for me, and we'll go ahead and agree on that.
No, I want the best for you.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You don't want me to be able to make enough money to live.
I want you to embrace capitalism.
I'm sorry. We've been going for
I want you
over an
to
hour
embrace
now.
capitalism.
I'm living in a capitalist system. I don't have another choice right now. I have embraced capitalism.
No, you haven't.
I don't have another option. I can't live.
I
can't live like a socialist because that's not an opportunity given to me.
Well, because it always ends up failing.
I mean, you say that, but you're just objectively wrong. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to
continue
to care. I'm going to continue to care about everybody in the world, and you're going to go ahead and continue to not. So. You go ahead and brag about the fact. You go ahead and brag about the fact that you don't give a shit about people. I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue actually caring shit about you. You know, here's the thing. And this is separate from everything else. Warcorpse, I like you, just as a person. I do. Like, I think you're entertaining. I think you're prolific. I think you spend a lot of work putting out as much content as possible with very minimal returns. Like, I mean, you can't make that much money off of your YouTube, and yet you insist on making content regularly for it anyway. Plus you stream. Plus you have a job. You do all of this stuff. I think you're a very hard worker, and you're very capable. I like you as a person. And I'm not going to stop just because we disagree on any particular fashion. Now, do you say some things that I think are problematic? Sure. But I don't essentialize people, and I don't think that makes that just because you say, if I'm the president, every woman is going to be required to work out for a single hour so that all of them stay hot. I think, obviously, that you're joking there. Maybe there's, some sort of thing about it, but whatever. I don't really care that much. I don't think that makes you a bad person. Well, just because
the obesity epidemic is actually hitting women far worse than men.
It is hitting women worse than men, but both men and women are getting obese.
Oh, yeah. No,
so,
they could all use an extra hour.
Yeah, and personally, that's something that I've been doing since I've been quarantined. And I've been doing some home workouts, and it's been okay for me. I've been kind of dead at the end of the day, but, what are you going to do? Um, yeah, I do want the best for you, and I do like you as a person, and I'm not going to stop liking you as a person, okay? So I just want to assure you of that. Now, I don't know how you feel about me, but regardless of how you
Well,
feel
no,
about
hold
me...
on. Let me hold on. Let me tell you about you.
Okay.
Big Lundy, I like you as a person. I like you as an adversary. I respect your opinion. Usually, most of these opinions are brought to me on um on feelings, not facts. You at least have the balls to provide yourself with these sources, and unlike most leftists, you do challenge someone who does fundamentally disagree with you. Um, sorry, mine was a little shorter than yours.
It's okay. I'm a very wordy person. I've been yelled at for my verbosity many times in the past. Most of my friends are very annoyed with me because I talk too much, but that's
Because
fine. Listen, I'm still following you on Mixer. When you play more games, I'll continue to watch you whenever I have the time. Hopefully, you'll return the favor, because I am going to be playing Doom Eternal sometime in the next few weeks. I think that'll be interesting.
I'm gonna be playing. Hold up, I'm gonna be playing Mountain Blade 2 on YouTube.
When does that come out?
March 31st, Tuesday.
Oh shit,
Hopefully.
that's real close.
Yeah, I've been waiting for that fucking game for years.
Yeah, I've been told about Mountain Blade before. I never played the first one. I've been told it's like really good for its time, and it was extremely like inventive. But
don't go with Mountain Blade. Go with Mountain Blade Warband. That's where they perfected it.
Yeah, I think somebody
Warband.
told me about that as well. But I think I'd probably be able to jump into Mountain Blade 2 without having played the earlier ones. I don't think that would
probably because I had nothing going into any of them. Also, didn't we start this discussion on Democrats' disagreements with the Democratic candidates?
because I think the Democrats are center right, and you thought that was absurd, and I just kind of defined what I mean by center right, which is just capitalist, but they also
oh Jesus! Let's just not start it.
We don't need to rehash the entire thing.
And you have to go somewhere. So
no, I just got streaming. I'm supposed to be doing because I didn't do it last night, and I kind of owe a few people to play through a game that I promised I would. So
all right. I'll see you later.
Have a good one, Warcorpse.
Yeah, have a good one.
Oh boy, fucking hell, that was crazy. Crazy. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed that. I didn't really plan on it going that long. I kind of wanted to try and keep everything very focused. I just wanted to make a very simple point, but it ended up going a lot longer because, maybe it's rude of me to say, but I like to think that it's not really my fault, and that it's partially my fault because I kind of humor it, but Warcorpse just goes in all sorts of different directions. Like he can't stick to one thing. He's just like, what about this? And what about this? Also, you're a commie. Like it's just he can't stick to one thing. It is kind of gish galloping, but I don't think he realizes that that's what he's doing. It's not a debate strategy. It's like the only thing that I think is strategical on his part is when he just like laughs uncontrollably at whatever the fuck it is that I'm saying. And I think that's because he takes whatever I'm saying that he's supposedly laughing at as being something that's just like obviously stupid. Well, I tried to. I went ahead and did the "you're totally not mad right now" because I knew it would like annoy him. But I honestly do think that he's just so disconnected with like the way in which like other people's lives work, and sometimes what the data even says, that he just thinks it's just so absurd. And as such, as a debate strategy, he'll laugh at it like crazily because he thinks that's the best way to address something that he thinks is just an absurd claim that can't possibly be true. And that like anybody who's watching would recognize that he's laughing at something that he should be laughing at because it's so absurd, and so yeah, that makes his whole point for him. But yeah, that's basically how that worked. Now I know I have League up, but don't worry, that's not what we're playing. I was just doing that a little bit beforehand so that I could get myself ready to go. That was fun. I think I'll highlight that when I get done here. That was now debate Fringleman's. He won't debate me. What would he get out of it? I'm just I'm a nothing streamer. What would he possibly get out of it? Warcorpse is his online character. I wish that was true. By the way, follow him on Mixer. Because I'm not being disingenuous when I say that I actually do care about Warcorpse, and I think that he's an entertaining person. Maybe he's because okay, when he's just shooting from the hip and not actually trying, and just saying the first thing that comes to his mind, but also kind of trying to be funny, he's not that bad at it. And obviously he says some like crazy, like silly things, but you know, so do I, and so does everybody else that I know. So it's not really a huge deal to me. I would much rather take Warcorpse over BPS. I mean, yeah, I think because Warcorpse is just like an average guy. Like something that can't be stated enough is that the average American is a somewhat transphobic, fairly ignorant, maybe kind of racist, somewhat sexist kind of person, right? That's your average person. Like, this is not something that you can't just like fucking say that's some sort of small minority of a demographic. No, that's most people in America. He's not that, yeah. So, that's one of the reasons I actually like having these conversations with him, is because it's kind of practice for when I talk to other like normies, right? Because it's important to know what the average mentality of your average person is, so that you can be able to speak to them in general. And I think he gives me a bit of insight on that without him knowing. Or, yeah. Because as much as I like the guy, he really does think that he's really smart. And I don't really agree with that assessment. I like him, but he's not smart. Most lefties can't speak to normies. Yeah, that's true, but that's something that we should be able to learn how to do, right? That's going to be most of our voting base in the future. Yeah, I mean, so that's something that we need to improve on. Like, normies are somewhat racist, somewhat sexist, fairly ignorant people who don't really get why what they're saying is so absurd, because they haven't, like, looked into a lot of these things. I mean, hell, you saw it. Most of his fucking comments about how reality works come from personal experience. It just doesn't work. Yeah, crowd. I don't know though, because you're a weird one. and Philodox. I can accept that you could probably speak to normies, but can you convince them? Is the thing. Can you be persuasive? That's more important than just being able to talk to them. You know what I mean? How on fire is the bridge between me and Kevin Logan? I don't fucking know. I know that he's got an issue with me. I don't exactly know what it is, but it's something. I wouldn't be surprised if it has to do with Essence of Thought, or it has to do with the fact that I like Vosh, or whatever the fuck it is. Anyway, I should probably... Yeah, there we go. Boop. Boop. I mean, I don't have a problem with Kevin. I think the way that he sort of just fucks around with Christy, knowing full well that Christy thinks that he's stupid, is a little weird. Alright, so I was playing with the sound off earlier because I was doing a podcast with Goat, and I didn't want this to be distracting me. So we're going to go ahead and turn that back on. And I'm going to go ahead and turn my desktop audio down a bit so that it's not so overbearing. I don't know about convincing them, but I have got them to sympathize with my positions. Yeah, and that's something